Hello everyone, myself Rose Agrawal. I am intern at Sparks Foundation for the task of Data Science and Business Analytics. Now I am showcasing here my second task. From the Aries dataset, predict the optimum number of clusters and visualize them. So in the second task, I have to use the Aries dataset and predict the optimum number of clusters from the dataset and visualize them. So here I have used unsupervised machine learning, the k-means clustering technique, to predict the optimum number of clusters. What is k-means clustering? For which type of problems k-means is used? And what is k-means clustering do? So I am gonna answer all these questions here. So k-means is a technique for data clustering, classifies unlabeled data. K-means usually what k-means do? It clusters data. Clusters unlabeled, classifies unlabeled data, the data which has no label name. It classifies that kind of data. K-means clustering tries to group similar kinds of items in the form of clusters. When data having similar kind of items, it clusters them in a single cluster and other type of items in other cluster, which means K-means cluster the items according to their similarity. It finds the similarity between the items and group them in clusters. This is what K-means cluster do. So I am starting my project by importing the libraries. For loading the Aries dataset, after importing the libraries, I have loaded the Aries dataset. Aries is our data variable which is keeping the dataset. Aries dot datasets dot load Aries. So as in the second line, I have data framed the Aries dataset in a tabular form. So in the next cell, df.head function is showing the first 5 rows of the Aries dataset. Now I am performing exploratory data analysis on the dataset. Shape function, which is showing us the number of rows in the columns. Second, there is an info function which is showing the complete information about the data, column name, type of the columns, data type of the columns, null, not null count, etc. Describe, the describe function is showing us the statistical information about the data. Next, I am showing the features. What are the features I am having in my data? Sample length, sample width, petal length, petal width. These all are in centimeters. So what is Aries dataset? Aries dataset is a dataset containing the four details of a flower. Like we have some flower, so it is giving the length of the flower, sepal length, its width, sepal width, its petal length, its petal width. By all these 4 data about a flower, we need to predict the type of a flower. Either it is Sentosa, or it is versicolor, or it is Virginia. So this is our target names, target variable, which having 3 categories: Sentosa, versicolor and Virginia. And we have the 4 features. According to these 4 features, we need to predict these 3 categories. So here I am using the elbow method to find the optimal number of clusters. So x is equals to, so here I am taking a variable name x. What is x here? In this part of code I have explained x. See, x is containing all the 4 values. This 0 is for sepal length, sepal width, petal length, and 3 is for petal width. Length of x. What x is containing? Now I have stored a 2D numpy array, 2-dimension numpy array in the variable x, which is containing 150 records. So this is our x, and from sklearn.cluster I have imported k-means. This is WCSS this is the name of the variable WCSS, which is what? Empty list, which is our empty list. Now I have used a for loop and I have used the number of iterations 10. N iterations, number of iterations I have using 10, maximum iterations I have using 33. K means dot fit. Now I have fitted the x, which is our features, means our feature variable. I have fitted the in k means our x. Now we have appending k means dot inertia in the empty list. We have taken WCSS as an empty list, and what we are appending in this empty list? K means inertia. So here I am telling you what is K-means inertia. And inertia measures how well a dataset was clustered by K-means. Inertia measures how well our dataset was clustered by K-means. It is calculated by how it is calculated. It is calculated by measuring the distance between each data point and its centroid. So we get inertia by measuring the distance between data point and its centroid. Here we can see in red color there is a centroid and this is a data point. So K-means is the result of this distance between the blue dot and the red dot. Red dot is your centroid and blue one is your data point. So this is what inertia gives. And squaring this distance, square this distance and summing these squares across one cluster. Squaring this distance, squaring the dead distance and summing these squares. And summing all the squares of one cluster across one, all this square across one cluster. So this is our X. Now applying K-means to dataset, creating the K-means classifier. Now applying the K-means dataset and creating the K-means classifier. This is K-means containing clusters, n number of clusters. How many clusters we have made in this data? We have made 3 clusters. One is Sentosa, second is Virginica, and the third is Versicolor. Now we have predicted Y, the category which the model has predicted, and fitting X or features. Now I am visualizing the clusters on the first 2 columns. Visualizing the clusters. PLT, I am using here the scatter plot. PLT dot scatter. Now in the black color we have Aries Setosa. In the blue color we have Versicolor, and in the yellow color we have Virginica. And we have used a scatter plot here. So plotting the centroids of the cluster. Now I am plotting the centroids in the red color. Here we can see these are the 3 centroids. This is the red centroid of the blue cluster, which is showing Aries Setosa. This is the red centroid of the black cluster. Black cluster is representing Aries Setosa. Blue cluster which is representing Versicolor, and the yellow cluster which is representing Virginica. So this is the centroid of the yellow cluster, this is the centroid of the blue cluster, and this is the centroid of the black cluster. So that's how our model has clustered all the 3 categories of the species Sentosa, Versicolor and Virginica in the respective 3 colors, which is shown by the 3 different colors: blue, green and black, and the red color is our centroid. So here's the end of the project. Thank you.